I asked ChatGPT's advice on how I should edit these files together like a music video. For example, here's a still image from one of the videos that I uploaded, and it gave me the advice to reveal the graffiti in the background. Let me know what you think.
Tell him why you mad. If you need a loan, you should probably just ask.
Most of the time, if I'm editing, I do like to keep things simple and treat them as in shot as possible, depending on what the edit is. But if you had to do something to every single shot and add some sort of effect, this was a cool way to go about implementing different things that I hadn't tried before. So I did learn something new, and with the rest of this video, I wanna break down all the different shots in that short piece that you just watched. The majority of what I did here was take another still frame, bring it on over to Photoshop and create a plate. So the still frame I used was right here. And then all I did was say, hey, select subject, and it takes a couple seconds, but it selects the subject, and then you just hit remove. And then after I hit that, it would remove my subject like this. I'm gonna deselect by hitting Command D. So I have different layers here of just this orange part. I have the base layer, and then down here, I have another layer where I think I put this bottom part. And then after I bring all of those layers back into Premiere Pro, the very top layer is using the Object Mask tool. If you don't know how to use that, I have a whole tutorial on it. I'll link it in the description or right now during the video. And that is right here in the toolbar. So glad we have this now, but all you have to do is click on the subject. It's just like inside Photoshop, and then track it forward and backward. I'm not gonna do that because I've already done it. And you get something like this, where it's already masked for you. It's a beautiful job, Premiere. And in order to write on the effect, I used the Film Impact's shape flow. So if you don't know where this is, go to your Film Impact dashboard, and it's underneath Smart Tools, Shape Flow. If you don't know where your Film Impact dashboard is, go to Window, Extensions, and Film Impact Dashboard. So if I highlight this right here, let me just highlight this one, and I hit Shift 5 to bring up my effects, I click on Shape Flow and move this around. You can see how this effect can be implemented, or I'll just, again, scroll right here, and these are the different parts that are being eventually written on. Now, let's go to the next image. Here we have the guy jumping over the car, freeze frame, plus punch in beat hit. On the beat drop, freeze frame, add slight zoom, motion blur, add impact shake, flash white for 2 frames. So I did some of that. I zoomed in on the shot, and then as I got to about right here, I froze it. So I'm just using add hold frame, I believe is what it's called. In fact, if you right click and go to add hold frame, it will hold the frame right there, but I'm not going to save that because I already did it right here. And then for the flashing, the 2 flashes of white, what I ended up doing was adding a channel mix effect. So if we go down here, channel mix, and I'm just messing with the values. And then the next one is the same, just going down to the channel mix, changing this around and just messing with the values to give me some sort of white flash other than the normal shot that you would see. And then from that spot, I continued on with the shot. You know, it's something different. For the next shot, I went with the speed up slight moments of movement between bars, then snap back to 100%. So I am still utilizing this speed warp, but also moving the camera, and you can see my adjustments right here. To make life easier, I didn't manually go in and do the speed warping. I just hit certain selections of the clip and made those slower or faster by percentages. Nested that, and then dealt with the movement on the nested clip. Made things a little bit easier to have it go to the beat, and it sounded something like this. This next one, I took a little bit of creative liberty with. I mean, that's what this is all about. It's this one where it says duplicate clip 2 to 3 times, offsetting the time, then position it slightly left. So I did do that, but I also masked out the person throwing the money because I just like this clip as a stock footage was hilarious to me. Especially like this look that this lady has at the end of it. It's like so funny with the person in the back with the wine. Like I don't like, this is like one of those things where you just find it on a stock footage website and you want to use it because it's just so bizarre. And I'm just masking the money and her, and here's that delay. So if I take this off, you can see the delay a little bit more. And all it is just shifting these clips a little bit further down the timeline after I've masked them out. And when you put it all together, you get a shot like this where I take the money and then I kind of added some distortion effects in there too. That's the glitch transition inside the film impact right here. And stacking all of that together gets a nice little result of this really hilarious clip, I think, of this lady just throwing $100 bills in the air. So let me mute that so we don't hear it every single time. Another suggestion was the light leaks and film burns. I just added subtle versions of that. Whenever you have light leaks or film burns, you add that file and then change it to screen, but the normal one looks like this. And then once you add it on top, you change the blending mode to screen, and we have a film burn on top of the file. Another way to implement a light leak is here with the film impact. So film impact dashboard, if you go to lights and blurs, light leak is right there. You just throw that on, go to the effect, and then just hit surprise me a whole bunch until you find something that you really like. Beat synced chromatic aberration. Animate slight RGB separation to pulse with the kick. So instead of the kick, I believe I did it with the piano. So let me play it back here. That's so cool. All this is taking the footage. So let me get rid of everything. Here's the lady. Lady's cut out, and I added a kind of like a bop right here where it's flip motion. So it's the same clip, but I just went into film impact and did animation and just added random flip motion or just different types of motion to the above clip to make her pop once I had the RGB split. So there's one. Let me get rid of the RGB split in the background so you can see it. Here is two. What was that one? I bet that's travel. Travel motion. I like how I can just tell by looking at it. That's travel. And then the last one is probably pop. Yeah, pop motion. So this one was pop motion, and I'm just hitting surprise me. I could throw another one on here just to showcase to you what that would look like in the. So let's just do pop motion again. I'm gonna highlight both of these, hit pop motion, and notice how she kind of just like pops out for a second. It just adds like another dimension to those pops of the RGB split. But let's get into this RGB split really quick so we can see it. Right here, it's all happening on this nested clip. So I go to the RGB split, and I'm just animating the horizontal, vertical, depth, vertigo to the beat. So it's just a matter of keyframing and finding what you like. But it just pops out, and then I have it go back to the normal spot. The key to this, though, is to put the RGB split behind your masked layer. If I put it on top, it would look like this, where the RGB takes the whole frame, which still looks cool, but I like the idea that you can see the actual person in front of the RGB split. And that's basically how I pulled off those two, the different pulses of piano. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, bum. Yeah, it's so cool. I need a bum, bum, ba-dum. Like the ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I threw in another effect like right there as on the da-dum to kind of give it that little, you know? Like, just listen for a sec. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. All right, next one. I went a little astray off the idea of split screen and multi-frame, just kind of duplicating the clip and putting it in a split screen to something like what you see here. And I liked this effect more than just having a split screen because like the guy's like on top of the clip, but he's not on top of the clip in some respects, but he's like duplicated. It's like a split screen to the next level. And in order to do this one, again, have used the object mask to pull this guy out from the frame. And then I duplicated that clip and nested it. And underneath this nest is right here, this clip, where I have the effect clone on. So if I turn off clone, it's back to the regular clip. But if I turn the clone back on, we get a clone of all of the different clips. The way that it moves, you can animate it, and I just said continuous. You could have it be static and then it won't move, or you can have it move to a destination, but I liked continuous because it kind of looks trippy on how the top of the frame is going down. And for a final result, it looks like this. I thought it looked really cool, and I think it's a cooler take on a split frame, mirror, whatever effect, you know? This next one was just trying to go even further into that idea of glitch effectness. And again, all I'm doing is masking the people out right here. And then I'm throwing different effects on them in the background. So all of these different parts have different effects that I'm throwing for transitions behind the clip, and then also I'm throwing different transitions for the people in front of the clip. And I did this to the beat again so you can see it. So it's all to the boom. These are all different like glitch effects. So there's TV power, glitch, flicker, slice, chaos, page peel. I love a good old page peel. Earthquake, VHS damage. All of these are underneath the film impact, and I'm just going to the grunge and distort section and throwing on different effects for the background clips and for the foreground masked out clips. Yeah, black and white color pops. Desaturate the scene, but keep one color to pop against monotones. So I went through and the sections where these ladies' shirts were red. So if I double click this, this is what the original clip looks like right here. And then on the actual finished result, all I did was select the red. So this is the hue versus saturation layer on Lumetri, and just did this for their red by coming in and selecting it with the color picker, like right here. And that creates a point, and then I just put down the rest of the colors. And this is just done by going to the hue versus hue once I've already selected that color, like so. I'm gonna undo that. All right, and then for these parts, I wanted to get even further into that effect by adding motion blur. And I believe it did give me something like that here. Yeah, add directional blur during fast movements, beat drops to accentuate energy. So I took that to another degree where I added the motion blur or the directional blur to the colorized parts of the video. So if I double click on this nest, this is where I went through and masked just those spots. So if I double click, you can see that I'm just masking those spots with the object mask, and then adding something like echo glow and directional blur and keyframing it. So I'm keyframing the angle, the amount, and the chromatic aberration so it like bursts out. And I added those shakes to the video footage right there. And another one, just a different version of it right here. Right now I'm doing directional blur on just the object mask, bokeh blur, different effects like that. Pretty cool end result, but a lot can be done by just masking out something and just start throwing effects on it and hitting surprise me, and then you get surprised with something that you never knew that you would come up with. Who would have thought? And then I used that clone effect again, and this is kind of a culmination of all the different effects that I used from those previous clips, all put into one final like dancing speed ramped video right here. Doom, 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 doom. And I think this one looks really cool to me. Just the way that she's pop locking and dropping it, and like the little glitches that happen with it. Very cool. And the subtle like push out I thought it was really cool.
Money in the air like you really don't care, oh yeah. But that money moving fast. Throw some money in the air like you really don't care, oh yeah. We ride slow down, watch this one be passed.
I just put your mortgage on my neck, and you looking teed off like a golfer. You upset? Why you mad? Why you mad? Tell him why you mad. If you need a loan, you should probably just ask.